It's my pleasure to music direct and play for the show, so I'll be rehearsing with the cast of 8 and the director, Rob Harriott, over the first 2 weeks between February 14th and February 26th, playing for the rehearsals, and then I get to take the ensemble on tour. And so as we drive around southern Alberta and up to the north, I'll be the guy driving the van. It's a mini opera, so what Dean Bury, the composer, has tried to do in the opera is show what happens in a typical opera. So you've got arias, although they're a little shorter for just for the kids, they're not full-blown arias. They have duets, they have little trios, there's large ensembles, and the music always carries the content, the narrative, and the sort of lyrical aspects of the action. There's some talking in it as well, just in case the kids get tired of all the singing. There are high notes from the sopranos, low notes from the bass, and every one of the 5 main voice types is covered. We've got a soprano who plays a number of roles, mezzo-soprano who acts not only as an old woman and one of the townspeople, but also as the wolf. So that's a casting that's against type. The tenor is Wilhelm Grimm. Baritone plays Jakob Grimm, and Herr Brantano is played by the bass baritone, and he also plays a number of other characters, including Rumpelstiltskin. So the kids get to see similar actors or the same singers in different roles. Plus, over and above the operatic elements, the opera conveys what it's like to discover and write your own fairy tales. So there's a whole other component to it in which Dean Bury has shown kids how you can collect stories. We actually watched the 2 brothers collecting their stories from various townspeople, retelling them, working with them, maybe figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And even at one point, or at a couple of points, they asked the audience what they think about this, and the kids are actually able to respond and say, no, that doesn't work, or do this or do that. So it's a lot of fun, very interactive with the children and the audiences. And it's all about myth building, myth making, and writing. And I won't give it away, but there's a wonderful little coup de théâtre at the end in which the importance of reading and reading from books is very much put to the fore. What's always great to see in the kids is sort of the wonder in their faces as they hear live operatic voices for the first time. A lot of them have never been in that close proximity to someone that can produce a full-fledged operatic sound, and you often get kids going, ah! They respond very viscerally to it, and by my going like this means that they're not enjoying it, they're just actually astounded. And it's always fun to see that. Anybody that's been on an operatic school tour for young kids especially notices that. So the kids are always amazed, and that becomes one of the questions they ask in the question and answer at the end is, how do you sing so high and how do you sing so loud? And at that point we're able to sort of help the teachers, especially the music consultants at the school, say, well, most of us started out in choirs, and that's always true. And it always gives the kids this indication that, they could be doing this at some point too.
Every week I walk these woods, and every week that old witch returns and cries to the tower the name of Rapunzel.